How's it going, Spade subscribers? It is me, KwandaoRen66, here for you today. Spade requested a guest narration from me since he is doing one for me as well, so I figured, scratch his back, he'll scratch mine, that kind of thing. So, here to uphold my end of this little exchange here, we have a match for you today against someone by the name of, what is this guy's name? It is, I gotta go look at the app. It is Pity Pat Puka. Okay, well, this is a really old match I was looking at, and he told me it was really old, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and play that back right as soon as I can get it working. Okay, we're gonna play that back right now. So, as you can see, there's still a Blaziken in his party, and yeah, that should be any indication whatsoever. This match is kind of old. So, he's gonna go ahead and actually lead with it first, assuming he's, bringing it in this early. It's probably gonna be a speed boost one. And he protects, which Blaze ones do not do, so he's gonna go ahead and go for the Terrakian's gonna go for the Earthquake. I don't know why he's doing this early. I actually haven't seen this match. I set it to screen record and I went off and ran off somewhere, and then I sped up the stally bits that I thought. But he got fairly lucky that this Terrakion didn't actually have to be sashed. I find it kind of weird that Terrakion's in the lead spot in the first place. But I don't know, maybe they expected something else based on team preview and then, change the order at the last minute. But he goes for the high jump kick on the Togekiss. Should do a decent amount, except the fact that he misses. Spade tends to have the same kind of luck that I do when it comes to this kind of thing. But gonna go for the air slash and take him out, which is unfortunate because it would have done a pretty nice chunk to Togekiss if not taking it out. I don't know what kind of investment his opponent is running or his Blaziken is running. But he's gonna go ahead and send in his Zapdos, which from what I've seen in the rest of this match and a little bit coming up, it is very bulky and it is mainly designed to Toxic Saw, as you're gonna see right now. So he goes for the Toxic. I think I've actually seen this. This is like his Toxic Sky Dropping set. I think I sped up this next bit as well. So his opponent doesn't want to stay in for that. He's actually gonna go ahead and go out to his Dragonite here. Rocks aren't up, so multi-scale is still intact. But I sped this part up for you guys because it's really just Spade Toxic stalling and playing defensively like he always does. So his opponent has Dragon Rush on Dragonite, which is kind of weird. So he goes for the Extreme Speed, break the sub, and Spade's going to take him up into the sky, let some Toxic damage rack up, as well as some Sky Drop, blah 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 going on. I'm not sure what happened there, but Extreme Speed to break the sub. He's really only doing Sky Drop just to stall for a turn, make sure the Dragonite can't do anything, and let the damage rack up and whatnot. So I don't understand why it's not hurting it. I sped it up too much, but whatever. So sub up again, and he can roost up at any point. I'm guessing he's got, he's got sub, roost, Toxic, and Sky Drop, which seems like a real bitch. But his opponent goes for the Dragon Rush right now, and I think right now, yeah. So finally dies from the Toxic damage. Thankfully, wasn't too much. I've gotten the screen recording thing down pat where I can make that as bearable as possible. And in comes a Magmortar. Given the fact that it's a Toxic Stalling the Toxic Stalling set, and it takes hits very well, his opponent knows that he's free to bring in Magmortar and deal a hefty chunk of damage. Given his name is 2, so Heartburn. Does over 3/4 from full health, so he's just going to finish him off with a T-Bolt since this is a Life Orb Magmortar. I don't see that, but looking at the damage it does on Zapdos, it packs a punch, Magmortar is not one to be forgotten. For now, he's gonna go ahead and Spade's gonna go ahead and bring in his Spiritomb here, some loud kids outside, and gonna go for the Sucker Punch. Thankfully, not get burned, which could have been a very risky play there. But I'm guessing he really didn't have anything else to reliably take it out. So in comes the Poison Togekiss from earlier, as Spade's gonna go ahead and go out to his Nose for Atu to take whatever hit it wants to offer. I would assume the stab air slash, but his opponent probably predicted that, and if it's choice, it locked itself in on Flamethrower. I'm thinking it might be choice Scarf based on the damage. I'm not 100%. I do like running choice Scarf Togekiss too, but yeah, Flamethrower is not really doing that much, and Toxic damage is racking up. So Spade's free to set up his Stealth Rocks and not really worry about it at all. Anyways, Flamethrower is gonna happen again. I think on one of these turns I came back and yeah, okay, so there's the burn. I did see the burn happen somewhere along the way, but all Spade really has to hit this Togekiss with is the Hidden Power Fire. But I think he'll end up getting the better end of this exchange here because the Toxic damage is racking up pretty quickly on that Togekiss, and if it is locked in like I think it is, then it should die next turn, or if Spade doesn't die this turn, he should be able to take it down with a combination of both Hidden Power Fire and the Toxic damage. And if it were to live by both of those switch out and switch back in, it would die to Rocks. So Spade barely escapes that one with rock setup and a burned probo pass, which isn't really the best thing. But I don't think I saw Pain Split on this set. I don't think he runs it on this set. But anyway, in comes Scrafty. Goes for the chip away, assuming that'll do enough, and it actually, you know, it doesn't. It does 10 damage because of quad resistant, not being stabbed or anything like that. So to add insult to injury, Spade taunts him before he dies, so now we can't bulk up or Dragon Dance or whatever the case may be. And yeah, chip away. Why would you have that on Scrafty? That's kind of weird. But in comes fucking Regenerator Tangela, the one that Spade uses against me once. It's a pain in the ass. So there's a stab high jump kick coming up for Scrafty. Barely does 70. And what with Eviolite, good physical defense, and Leech Seed going, you know, just it's going to take a lot of high jump kicks to even get, you know, progress with that thing at all is what I'm trying to say. And in comes Haxorus. So I guess he expected another high jump kick. Having Protect on that thing is interesting because it would have gotten a lot of damage in on the Scrafty. But the Haxorus is going to go for the taunt, make sure Spade can't Sleep Powder or Leech Seed or Protect or basically anything, I think. And his opponent's going to get the DD on a switch, which is, you know, expected because you taunt on something defensive and then you're just free to set up on the turn immediately after, regardless of what happens. It's fairly endgame too, so it's more or less a safe play. I don't see why not. And all Spade really has to take the hit, I guess, or to switch out to is his Reuniclus, which really doesn't take it all that well. That's a +1 Dragon Claw. So had he done Outrage, then you know, it would have been a more sure kill. But yeah, it doesn't take the 2 Dragon Claws well, and in comes Spiritomb to save the day with a Sucker Punch and whatnot. But his opponent's going to go for the taunt, make sure that he doesn't have Will-O-Wisp or anything like that, but Spade actually goes for the Pursuit, predicting the switch out, or I guess figuring that he can take a hit. Either way, but switching out and switching back in would have seemed kind of silly because he's +1 and rocks are already up, so that's just my take on it. Anyway, Scrafty comes in, and seeing Scrafty and Tangela, I went out of the room and I came back in, and this matchup was still going, so I think I sped up a little portion of this. Because this gets pretty stally. Spade's known for this kind of stuff, so don't worry about it, guys. Anyways, Swagger happens, and so I think he's got Tangela and Spiritomb and maybe one other one left. I'm not 100%. But he's going to go for the chip away, and it doesn't affect Spiritomb very obviously, but the Spiritomb's going to get the attack raise. I really have not seen this portion of the match. All I know is Leech Seed stalling is going to happen eventually, and Spiritomb can't really do much against Scrafty unless it has Will-O-Wisp. And, oh, crap, fuck if I know what kind of Spiritomb Spade's running. All it really does is it's just running the set where it seems to be hitting itself in confusion multiple times with Swagger, and that's not doing any good. So, in comes Tangela, probably going to go for the Leech Seed around this point as the Scraggy goes for the payback. It's not set up in any way, so it's not going to do much. So there's a Leech Seed that we were expecting. I think that's the opponent's last one. So in comes Swagger and whatnot. I didn't speed this up as much as last time, just so you guys can kind of see what's going on, but at the same time, like, not be bored to death. This should be over in like 40 seconds, don't worry about it. Anyway, so he goes out to Spiritomb, I guess, as fodder / pain splitting action. Not really sure what's going on here, but the health is going to be chipping down. Anyway, so he does have pain split, which is very nice. He's able to he'll live another payback and get some Leech Seed and Lefty's recovery and whatnot back. And he's just going to keep alternating between both of them so you can be at a safe range of health to take either hit. Especially because Tangela has Regenerator. It got most of its health back. So he's going to go for the Protect to make sure it doesn't high jump kick or payback or whatever. And he can get that last bit of a Leech Seed recovery very safely. So that's going to be the end of the game. A little bit of a stally bit in the middle. Pretty straightforward match though. It had a lot of turns to it and it felt like it was really quick. But, you know, aside from those stally turns that were, like, fast-forward, it was a pretty straightforward match, if you ask me. So, that's going to do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, my style / things of sorts, my link will more than likely be in the description. You're welcome to check out my content as well. And that is going to do it for today, and maybe I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to Spade, see if he wants to do this again sometime. And, yeah, see ya.